You know, it feels like we've been talking about this thing for years, but we finally have our hands on Harley-Davidson's first ever adventure bike, the Pan America 1250. It's quirky, I know, I hear you, but it does a lot of things really well. Let's go for a fang and I'll explain a bit more.
A Harley-Davidson adventure bike, who would have thunked it? Man, I know this thing has been really divisive amongst readers and stuff, but man, you got to get on one because it's not what you'd think. I mean, the biggest thing here is one, it's got a footwall, nearly pranked it. Maybe I should focus a bit. It's got a thumping new twin engine, making 112 kilowatts and 127 Newton meters. Is that a jump? Oh my god. Oh shit. So my plan was to tell you all about the bike, but it turns out this track is really slippery, so I think you can expect some voiceover with more details, because I'm gonna have to focus. This grass is really... Oh shit. Man, this is for real. Yeah, I was gonna say that this semi-active suspension is so well set up, really confidence inspiring on the road and on dirt tracks. However, I didn't expect to be on something as slippery as this. So hopefully you get some enjoyment out of watching me suffer. Oh shit. Hell yeah, brother. God damn. Who would have thought you'd be doing this sort of thing on a Harley-Davidson? You know, you have other big adventure bikes like the BMW GS and stuff, but you know, they've been working on that thing for 40 years. This is Harley's first one, and they've made it work. When they said that they planned to be a leader in the segment, I thought, pull the other one, but look, they're taking this thing seriously, man, because this thing works. Alright, that's enough for now. I'm gonna go and have a heart attack. That was... Sorry about that, you know, I had this whole video planned out. I thought I'd shoot that fancy intro on the big camera. I'd go out for a little spin in the paddock and tell you all about the specifications and stuff of this bike, but as you saw, it turned out to be a bit of a nightmare. I bet though, as this always happens, it won't show on the camera, but you're just gonna have to take my word that it was so slippery. If you've ever ridden on really wet, really fresh grass, I hope you'll know what I mean. And this thing is, you know, pretty heavy. So, I mean, obviously more accomplished adventure bike riders probably would have made lighter work of it, but I tell you what, I was sweating after one lap of the thing. But here we go. This is the Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250, the long-awaited, possibly the most divisive motorcycle of all time, but it subverts expectations. I'll tell you why. It only comes in special, the special variant they call it in Australia, the Pan America 1250 Special, and it's a higher specification variant, and it's priced from $31,995 right away. And what you get extra on the Special is semi-active suspension, which is a highlight of this motorcycle, and some engine protection bars, the tyre pressure monitor, heated grips, that kind of thing. And these units also have optional wire spoked wheels and an adaptive ride height system, which is, Harley says it's the first ever for the motorcycle industry. And so what it does is when you come to a halt, the rear end lowers. So it's pretty cool when you see it working. I'm like 6'1" or something, so you know, it doesn't really bother me, but I can see like it would really allow smaller riders to get on this thing. So yeah, that's the basic rundown of what we're on. So when you're a bike journo, you know, you can after a while, after you ride bikes all the time, you can sort of have a fair idea about what a bike's going to ride, even though you haven't ridden it. I mean, they always surprise you in some way, but you can always get a basic idea of what it's going to be like. But with this thing, you know, it's not the case. It's got a big ass American V-twin, all new V-twin with variable valve timing. It's the brand's first ever adventure bike chassis, and it's got gadgetry and stuff all over the place, like a level of modernity that I don't think we've ever really seen from Harley-Davidson, excluding the live wire. So I didn't know what it was going to ride like. I thought I had some ideas about what it would do well and what it wouldn't, but I had it all backwards. The engine is, it feels like an American V-twin, like a Harley-Davidson motor at idle and at low revs, but once you get up it feels tremendously modern. It revs to 9,500 or something. It's punchy. It's got a really fat mid-range, and normally I'd say that tune, it makes it too wild, but this suspension just really, like, it puts you at ease everywhere. You can tip it in like you would a middleweight naked bike or something like that. It holds the corners. It's smooth. On the dirt you can hold slides. Like you guys probably know, I'm not an incredible off-road rider, but you know, I was holding slides on dirt roads all day, river crossings, no problem. And I don't know if I'm just having a good day on the bike, but you know, I was amazed, and I am amazed at how well it handles, honestly. Sounds like it might sound like bullshit, but I'm telling you the truth. I am thoroughly amazed at the suspension and chassis on this motorcycle. It's not perfect. It's got, you know, weird quirks, like the side stand kind of weird. You know, it's sort of not strong enough. This one's got a center stand, I should have mentioned, on the Special. But yeah, the side stand kind of makes you almost drop it from time to time. It starts weird on the, like it feels like it's broken, but it's just how it works. I also found the brakes to be a little bit spongy. They're pretty good, you know, perfectly acceptable, but I'm nitpicking because this is a premium motorcycle, and I think when you're talking about motorcycles over $30,000, you should nitpick. But overall, you know, I'm really impressed. It's fine that it's got quirks as far as I'm concerned, because we always knew it was gonna. It looks like nothing else. It's got a crazy bulbous front end and odd styling, but I will say it does look a lot better in person than it does in the images. But at the end of the day, that's subjective. You'll either like it or you won't. I'm not fussed either way. I think it's just a fun thing to ride. It's got lots of rider modes. I customized one and just turned everything up, and it's barky and wild and fun, you know. It'll wheelie if you turn traction control off, which you can do. You can turn the rear ABS off in a mode called Off-Road Plus, which I believe I had that on when you saw me sliding around in that swampland of a track. But yeah, we've got full specifications at infomoto.com.au. We've got lots of stories on this bike, so if you want to get deeper into the technical stuff on this bike, I urge you to go and have a read there. But we've just had a good ride today. Hopefully you can laugh at my suffering on that paddock. I might catch up with some of the Harley guys to get a bit more information for you, but thanks for coming along. Any questions, as always, put them down below and I'll get right back to you. Thanks, guys.
So from a hair under 32,000 right away, the Pan America 1250 represents reasonable value against key competitors like the Ducati Multistrada V4 and BMW's R1250 GSA. I'd love to see this donk and this tech suite in more Harley-Davidson models because, quite frankly, it's a huge step up. So that was just a bit of a fun one today, guys, with a few first impressions of the bike, but I hope you had a laugh or got something from it. But I will put together a full review in the next week, so if you have any particular questions, let me know, because I might include them in the video. While I have you though, I just wanted to say that out of the hundreds of thousands of people who watch this channel, fewer than 3,000 have subscribed, so if you do get something from these videos, please consider subscribing. It helps us do bigger and better things, and it makes sure you never miss a video. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take it easy.